order here, Public Works Committee. Ms. Ludley gonna do the invitation here, invocation.
Heavenly Father, Lord, we just thank you for this moment and this time, Father God. Lord, there are things that are going on in this world that we need you to step in, Father God. Lord, we pray that this committee will be what you would have it to be, Lord. And that whatever we do, Lord, it be done decent and in order. Lord, these and many blessings ask you in darling Son, in Jesus' name, amen.
All right, the first thing, after the invocation is the approval of the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Okay, did I get a vote?
Aye.
Okay, moved. Do we have any comments, public comments at this time? What's going on, Phil? How are you? Do we have any public comments at this time? Okay, we're going down to new business. We're gonna consider and take action if necessary amendment for the 2025 capital outlay program for cross drain replacement on Pleasant Grove and Beacon Light Road. All right, Courtney, you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, we really didn't have any cross drain replacement in our CIP for this year. Pleasant Grove is a road that's due to be chip sealed and some recycling in the program anyway. And Beacon Light Road is something you found.
Well, we've been through it several times.
It's become fairly urgent. Yeah. So these are considered kind of out of the norm of the day-to-day things that we do. We like to, get authorization to put these in the program amended. It's got an estimated cost of about $30,000.
I believe you got the packet in the major cross drain to be replaced here. You see the cost of it, estimate. I think about 180 feet, the Beacon Light, Pleasant Grove, and I think there's a total of right $27,900. Do you have any comments from this committee on these prices on this or anything?
What's that mean, 3-barrel, 2-barrel?
20 foot. Yeah, like three lines.
Oh, three, I like three of three.
180 feet, we use 20-foot joints.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. Can I get a vote?
I'll make the necessary motion.
Second.
Can I get a vote on it?
Aye.
Okay, so moved. Next, we got the advertisement, authorized advertising for bid on asphalt material.
Okay, we do this every year. The asphalt material, of course, is to, when we do our chip sealing, that's the stuff that we use to get the rock to adhere to. So we just need, pretty standard, we need to get permission to go ahead and advertise for that.
Could I get a vote on that?
So moved. Second.
Okay. So next one is authorized administrator to negotiate contract for engineer design service related to authorized public work project.
Okay, since this is a service, we can negotiate these contracts, and in the past, the jury has designated the administrator to do that. We've got the P Ridge Road box culverts, the Rab Road Bridge project. There'll be hot mix overlays in the CIP when that contract comes up. And those are the types of things that I'll be negotiating a contract if you approve that.
Okay. Can I get a vote on this?
So moved. Second.
Okay. Next, consider to take action necessary approval of final plat for Oak Tree Road Unit 1 subdivision. I believe you got the plat.
Yeah, it was a pretty simple, you have the. In fact, I think we introduced this last month, didn't we, Kevin? So, I mean, it's very, it could almost be done administratively, but according to our ordinance, it has to come before the jury. So you had a letter from HGA who did a review for us. They're very minor things that just need to be changed on the plat. There's really nothing wrong with the general layout. It's mostly descriptions, pointing out that there's a 10-foot utility easement, labeling, just some minor issues. So the recommendation is that we would approve the final plat for Oak Tree Road Unit 1 with contingencies.
Okay. Can I get a vote?
Motion. Second.
Can I get approval?
Aye.
Okay, move on. Now we, aid to the municipalities now, the first one is of Grambling.
Yes, we got a request. You should have a letter in your packet. It's 298 Mockingbird Lane in Grambling. You want to tell us a little bit about what's going on there?
Yes, sir. The way the road in the cul-de-sac was built, all the water just kind of, it comes to one spot by this, I can't remember the last name's mailbox, but anyway, over the period of time, between that and salamanders and rain, it has just blowed that shoulder out, just about. We need to go in there and make a repair, probably do a little small hot mix apron and a small berm on the back of it to kind of channel the water down past her mailbox and off in the ditch.
One thing you might want to elaborate on, because I'd really never heard of it before, the salamander.
When they did some digging right beside the hole, or right beside the road, all rock, there's like 3 driveways there. Her mailbox is the lowest point.
Right.
And when that water gets going over in it, it gets down that salamander hole at the bottom of the hill, I mean, it just blows out all the dirt, you can just see this silt all in the
You're
lady's
talking
yard
about a
just
hole
coming out.
actually made by a
By-
salamander.
Yes, sir.
And they burrow in there, and then
Mhm.
the water, yeah.
It's already done washed their concrete mailbox over.
Mhm.
Yeah. You ever heard of that?
I got pictures. I can dig them up, it kinda got us
The
too.
same thing will happen with fire ant now.
Mhm.
So
You know,
basically,
when it dies,
that's
and
where it just starts.
water
the
just
problem.
starts going down in
And
there.
once
and pretty
once it
soon
gets
it'll-
started,
Yeah.
the water doesn't work.
The next one is the, town of do we need to vote on this first?
Yes.
Could I
So
get-
moved. Second.
Could I get a vote?
Aye.
Okay. Now we got the town of Dubois.
Okay, the town of Dubuque is requesting some sign replacement. Have a list of that. Some pretty standard, like road names, things like that. Generally, we will make the signs for them. Do we go pick those up in Dubuque too for them, and then they do pay for the materials. We just don't bill them for
Just
the-
kinda
yeah,
cost.
We don't charge them for the labor.
Okay.
So that's pretty standard.
Could I get a vote on this?
Make that motion. Second.
Okay, could I get a vote?
Aye.
Okay. Any other business?
I don't have anything else, Mr. Chairman.
No further comment?
I do want to mention one thing, though, before you adjourn. I talked to Dan about a couple of 3 roads in his district that we might want to consider abandoning in the near future. And a couple others that we looked at, I think I need to get with TJ, because I think they're in your district, so. One is Strata Road, do you even know where that is? It's still a parish road, it's on the maps, but we don't even, we hadn't maintained it, so that would be a fun.
So it's just a dirt road, or is it any road at all there?
No,
It's nothing, this was road up, I was told 20 years ago, and I was like.
Where does it-
Yeah.
Yeah, but I couldn't find where we'd ever.
It seems like it's closer to Plummersville, but it's
I
trying to
mean,
make
I
a
didn't know
patch.
no difference. That's just what-
Where's it at? Courtney?
You know, wide road.
33.
You don't know where it's at?
Yeah, it's off of Wise Road.
Oh, wow.
Maybe I'll get one of those.
Just runs back in the woods.
It probably ain't.
You can't tell me
Probably
what
about
happened.
200 yards.
What was the original use of that road
It was
way
a
back?
house, it was a house place at the end of it.
Oh,
It was used for taking lunch for 20 years.
So if you've got any roads in your districts that you think, are worthy of abandonment, kind of let me know, because we're gonna start putting that together for another public hearing.
Good idea.
If you see any roads in your
That's,
district.
public comment there, so we're gonna adjourn this meeting here.
Lincoln Parish Police Jury Public Property and Building Committee is now called to order. Mr. Cranford, would you lead us in the invocation, please, sir?
Dear Lord, we just thank you for giving us this opportunity to serve the parish. We pray that you would watch over us and guide us, Father. Thank you for dying on the cross for our sins. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, sir. Next item, can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
Second.
It's been moved and second to approve the agenda. Any questions, comments concerning the agenda? All in favor, note by the word aye. Aye. Ayes have it, motion carried. Public comments from anyone? There being none, we'll move into the new business. The first item is consider and take action if necessary. Request from the Boys and Girls Club of North Louisiana for use of space at Police Jury Complex 1. Mr. Hall.
Okay, we had a meeting this past week with Mr. Eldante Osborne with the Boys and Girls Club, inquiring whether or not the jury would be amicable to letting them use the second floor of the complex, which is the old Temple Church, once the help agency moves out. And, I just told them I would bring it before the committee and we could talk about it. Do you have anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, Dante came to me about it, and what happened is they have outgrown their administrative part over there by the old swimming pool, and they got people on top of each other, so they needed some space. And also, we got the Boys and Girls Club in the Bobby James, the building right next to Bobby James, that's the Ruston area. And he kinda is over the whole area. He got it coming out his teeth with all this, so he just asked to be able to move in there so he can extend, and they're doing a great job keeping these kids off the streets and all, and they're working with them, and they taking them places, to games and stuff, so he's doing a good job.
So, is this something we doing complimentary, or are they?
We'd have to
I
come.
don't, I hadn't got a, it don't matter, I just.
We didn't really get into the specifics. We'd have to have a cooperative endeavor agreement with them, and they would have to agree to, pick up some expenses, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if we would actually charge them an occupational fee.
Right,
But they would have to pay the, proportionate share of overhead, like utilities
Yeah,
and
yeah,
things.
exactly. Okay.
And they willing to do that.
I got you,
And
yeah.
also that, some kind of kind type deal, he willing to do whatever it takes, cause he said he got to have some more space.
Yeah.
The,
That's good, that's good organization.
The health agency, I think that their building should be completed before the health unit, building by about a month and a half, so.
That's pretty soon then, right? I mean, that's like May or April then?
Oh, yeah.
Before,
Yeah. So,
because we're looking at July for the whole project.
right, July first, the health agency building seems to be, getting a little ahead, cause it's not as big.
Right.
At least the last meeting that we had, that's what they indicated, it could be May when they finish that part. So, we made them aware of that. There is one office that we're letting, who is that, that's in there from Homeland Security?
She's a regional director of grants for Homeland Security. So it's actually like the super regional. She does all of
It's the old-
Louisiana.
The old veterans office over there.
Yeah.
On the second floor.
She's for the governor's
She's from
office?
GoSeb, yes.
Okay.
GoSeb grants.
So we're letting her use one office over there right now, so it would be the rest of the complete second floor.
Furnishings, is it furnished for them, or?
They have some stuff they bring with them, and I think we're trying to do some, just a 1-year deal. Just kind of pilot this 1 year, see how it goes.
Yeah, we have to, if the jury's, receptive to the idea, we have to, work out the details and bring them back.
Yeah.
This is kind of just throwing it out there just to see if the jury's even willing to consider something.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
Question. We're talking for administrative use only.
Yes.
Yes,
Is that correct?
Right.
None of the kids will be in there.
Would be there.
Ruston is housed, the building right next to Bobby James. That's why the Ruston Boys and Girls Club is there.
That's where the teenagers are at.
Teenage, right?
Elementary's still over there by the
Yeah.
armory.
By the army, right. This
And
is
I believe
just-
they're talking about potentially still building a new facility.
Well,
Is that correct?
that's the money, it's really got up there pretty high.
Right.
So what we're trying to do is
Figure all that out.
Yeah.
So this is temporary in nature, I'm assuming?
temporary nature.
And I advised them that, we couldn't commit to, anything beyond a year.
That was my next statement
Because,
is that we've got to figure out what we're gonna do with all these
Right.
facilities. And
Right.
that's what
talked about it 2 or 3 times, but we haven't done anything.
Not just this facility that we're talking about here, but this one over here,
That's the
and
next item.
that's right.
Yeah.
So I wanna have a
I think
discussion around this
Sorry, I mean.
table, no, just about all of that. I think we've
I think for
got,
us to commit to them that they could use the top floor, and then we look up in 3 months, we're saying, hey, we can do some consolidation and get rid of this building. Well, now we've done told the Boys and Girls Club, they can be in the top floor. Now what do we do with them? So
right, yeah, I would just say that. as
I'm
long
fine
as-
with them using whatever. I just wanted to know that, we do, I think we should still put on our radar to, let's figure out what we're gonna do with all these facilities we got.
We've gotta have a
And
use
start,
plan.
Well, it's,
getting,
go ahead.
Got a question, Mr. Chairman. Is their administrative office now, Big Coach, in the Armory building they're at?
Yes.
And that they're gonna keep that as far as let the kids play and do their
Right,
stuff?
right.
They're just gonna move their, to that, no?
Because he over in North Louisiana, everything on I-20, the whole deal.
And then my question, Logan, for you is like, on all the, I know we're on the next few buildings, but all of our buildings that we have in discussion, we're gonna be in our, should be in our long-term plan that we're gonna be getting with HCA? Or is that something we need to kinda,
I think it's something we need, I don't think that we've tasked anyone since 2012. I believe was the last time that the jury set up like an actual task of having a facilities use plan, and I think we've got a copy of that, 2012, but I don't think that those efforts have been specified in our, or scoped in our long-range plan yet. I
didn't they
think-
have something about courthouse or something in the long-range?
Now, we
plan?
did have, one of the modules that
Right.
they proposed was on facilities.
on facilities, but we hadn't said,
We haven't, we haven't pulled the trigger
He
on
said the same.
Oh, I think that needs to be go.
Yeah.
yeah, facility, like,
Yeah.
how,
There are so many moving pieces, okay, and we'll talk about a little bit, with the leases. Somebody's gotta move out before somebody.
but
can
you gotta
move
start
in.
somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere.
Eventually, you gotta start to get the puzzle
But
put
here's,
together.
I don't want us, and I'm not on this, but my thing is, I don't want us to make a bunch of moves and in the long-term plan, they're like,
Right.
hey, y'all shouldn't have done that.
Right.
We should have done, we can all do it as business owners and as property owners and make some moves, but in the long-term plan, they're like, hey, you should've got rid of this building and not this building, or this building and not this building.
That's why we told
Where's-
him 1 year, and we also told him that we got a long-range plan within the jury to make a decision. So he understands that, he just said he got people on top of each other.
Yeah. As long as he's
I would-
understanding that it could be,
Yeah.
for a year, we
Yeah.
just,
I don't even know if I'd commit a year, I'd just do it month to month. We'll do our
it takes
best
the
to,
jury a year to
well,
decide if we're gonna buy another Sprite or
Month to
Coke.
month, you go there, and,
I think you're probably at least
everybody
6
over there,
months, I mean.
filing cabinets and
Yeah.
dancing all for 1 month, then all of a sudden.
I'm not saying a month, I'm just saying, I don't know if I'd commit to a year.
Mr.
Yes.
President, if I may suggest, it sounds like we need to table this particular item, for further investigation before we make a decision whether we wanted to, honor it or not. That'd be my
Well,
suggestion,
Well, I
because
don't
it,
know if we have to do that, Mr. President.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we can make a
if
decision
you
on
want,
it.
if you want, I mean, I have no problem with it, but we're circling the wagon, see about what to do.
Right.
And
We
we just
are.
waste a lot of time.
We just need to be
Now,
careful.
we either
need to be careful what we do.
honor the request or table it. That's my suggestion.
Is the request firm at 1 year?
With the understanding, I think, that things could change, but I think that the 1 year thing, I think we need to give them that. But it needs to be stated, that if something come up, we need to get rid of that building, we would have to give them ample notice. I mean, I
60
would
or
put
90
some-
days, something.
I would put that in there, but I don't think,
As long as it's not hard and fast 1 year, and we're tying our shoes.
that's why we need to word it, in my opinion, Mr. Chairman.
And Coach, you've investigated this. He's requested 1 year.
Really, yes, but I think Jordan, he still couldn't go in there by June or July, right? But that's when they are dealing with the element.
Yeah,
It
it'll be at least
would
that long before they could.
It would be that long before they ever go in there.
I think we need to have the terms and take them back to them and say, here's.
That's why I suggest tabling.
Just table it.
Yes.
Because
We have some time.
You tell them they were interested, what is your longer, last, not they like, hey, like, if you get in there in June, how long do you wanna be there? And then he goes, well, 6 months, I'll probably go, then we're gonna move to plan B, or, then we'd really like a year, like, hey, I would maybe suggest like, hey, we're all open to it, but we've got a lot of moving parts going on, like, what is your plan if you move in June, July, how long would you wanna be there? and then,
Maybe we'll have some more answers.
and maybe we can have, yeah, we can have something.
You know,
He indicated
and
that he
I
might be
think
here.
the board, their board is really they want to build one, but they got into like 30
Yeah, I heard
years.
that.
But then APC said it's possible, if that's available, possibly try to buy that.
I'm just gonna say, why don't we sell them now?
But that's the issue in possibly buying that too. But it wouldn't cost them $30 million.
No.
But how can they buy that and the tax office gonna stay on the bottom floor?
We'll have to find somewhere for
We'd
that.
have to-
That's what I mean when I talk about all the different parts. Yeah.
So as chairman, my suggestion, Mr. President, would be to task the administrator with getting the particulars on this, and then we come back and take a vote later on after we've got all the particulars in place. But for right now, there's nothing we can do, so let's just table the item and give him permission to,
I like that.
to research.
Okay.
And once we get the particulars, then we can bring it back before the committee again, we can vote.
Motion is second for the table.
Was that a motion?
No, you,
Second.
you,
Motion second.
Make the motion.
it's been motion second, we table item number 1 to a later date to seek further information, questions, comment concerning tabling. All in favor, notify by the word aye. Ayes have it, motion carried. Second item is discuss and take action if necessary, lease at Police Jury Complex 2. That's part of,
Right, it's
Oh.
it's what we call the old county market building over here. So, last year, we extended Dollar General's lease, for a year, and it's gonna expire this May. That's one thing we need to consider. World Envision is actually gonna vacate their premises that they're occupying now at the end of this month. So that'll be gone. The only other, private enterprise that we'll have in there will be the Hinton Driving Academy. And they're actually month to month at this point. So,
What about the,
DMV.
DMV? Yeah.
well, the DMV is kind of a special case. I'm not sure you were on the jury when this happened, but you know, they used to have a place out on 33, and they would kind of sublease, you know, from private individuals, and the associated costs that went with that. So I cannot remember the name of the gentleman's name that kind of took over the DMV. It may have been under general or something like that. But he went around the state proposing, you know, that governmental entities like police juries and municipalities, you know, if they could make the deal, then we could receive a fee that they would place every time they issued a driver's license. So that's kind of what's been going on there. And we get a check every month from the DMV. And they're really a good tenant, you know, we don't get a lot of complaints for them. So my thinking, you know, we need to find somewhere else for them to go, sure, to get them out of the building, but I think we still need to, you know, provide that to them so we can continue that relationship. Okay,
Thank you, Mike.
so,
Do they have to have as big of a place as they have now?
no, I don't think so. I don't think so. And I'm not gonna throw any ideas out here at this point because I'm kinda like thinking like with Moose. One reason I put a lot of this on here is because we need to start talking about it. Especially if Dollar General moves out and World Vision goes out and we, you know, boot Hinton out. I mean, you got a building that's over half empty, just sitting. And we still gotta find out what to do with the DMV, TGIS, clerk, must be all in
Storage.
how much stuff is in there.
That's what we had talked about, putting the storage over at the old health building, all those offices up there.
Yeah, you don't wanna put that much weight. I mean, that's a factor that you know, all those file cabinets and everything, you can't really store them high, you gotta keep them on the ground level. So those agencies, you know, we need to figure out what we're gonna do with them. You still got 4-H over here on the 3rd floor, then you got Billy McBride. And I'm just talking right now, okay? So the health unit's moving out, and we talked about possibly selling a building, but we might wanna rethink that. We might wanna move somebody there. So these are the things that we need to start looking at.
We need to look at it from a 30,000 foot.
You need to look at it from
Every
where you wanna
single
wind up,
piece of
and,
property
you know,
we have.
and work back, I think. And so, I don't think there's any really action we need to take.
Right.
You know, we're a little ahead of the game here. Have you heard anything from Dollar General about whether or not We'll have to give them notice at some point.
How much notice do we need to have to give them? 30 days, 60 days?
30 to 60 days.
I mean, so that's coming up pretty soon.
I can't confirm this, but you know they're building a new Dollar General on 80 West.
Where?
And I think that's them. So we'll talk to them and we'll, you know, maybe we can just do month to month until that's ready, because they usually put those together pretty quick. Yeah,
Overnight.
but anyway, it's imminent that they're leaving.
So I don't think, since this is probably not on the agenda, we probably can't take action on it. I would
No
suggest,
action needed.
well, I mean, as far as I would suggest that we do either engage HGA or Mike Walpole or somebody to start.
Well, we have a proposal for
They use-
HCA, that was one of the modules of the entire plan. Okay. So I think we just need to, you know, authorize, and of course, you're right, we'll do it next month.
Okay.
But at least authorize them to begin, you know, activity on that.
We need to get that, I think we need to get that moving.
Now,
Yeah, because, I mean, these leases are coming up, we've had these same conversations every year.
you don't have a 20,000 square foot building sitting empty, 'cause all it's gonna get dilapidated, and it won't be worth selling, or we don't wanna sell it, and then, oh, by the way, you could've put, if we could've got some federal funding, put a courthouse there or not, or a building or something. I mean, maybe we don't build a courthouse, maybe we, and I'm just talking out loud, maybe we build half of something that can house some offices and house some stuff in there and be more efficient than what we have, or, you know.
Or just
who
tear it
knows?
down.
Or just tear it down.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. At this point, we have no vision as far as facilities. We're putting out fires.
So right now, we could have the old health building, we could have the old temple building, this building, we could have some 3 empty buildings, basically. I'm talking kinda, I mean, you got one person here, one person there, so if it's not doing us any good, what good is it doing?
And we got
Sit
half
down.
the library up there that we don't use.
Right, I'm
Well,
just
that needs to
saying,
be part of that conversation.
right,
Yeah.
and then how long this process gonna take? It's gonna take a year, 2 years, 3 years, and we just got a bunch of empty space, but we're not letting nobody in.
Do we have to vote on authorizing you to that, or have we already authorized you to?
No, I think all I have to do is tell them we're ready to pull the trigger on that particular module. You approved
We
the
already-
proposal, and it was in the.
And it was in the
proposal.
proposal.
Yeah, so I think we're good.
I'd say go ahead.
So it's for, go ahead.
Oh, I'd say let's pull the trigger on that,
Okay.
on that.
Well, as far as item 2, we've had a discussion, so there's no action to be, as of right now, there's no action to be taken
Right,
as
it
far as
says
the
if
voting.
necessary, I don't see it's
Right.
necessary.
Okay, great. Moving on to item number 3, review and approve a corporate endeavor agreement between police jury and Health Hub for the use of the health unit.
Okay, you had a copy of the cooperative endeavor agreement I came up with in your packet. If you remember back in the fall, we had some health and welfare committee meeting, and the Lincoln Health Foundation, you know, really wanted to see an operating agreement before they committed to, you know, funding the health hub part of it and possibly some of the health unit part of it. So that's what I have come up with. I have given it to our legal counsel, Mr. Buckley. He has signed off on it, blessed it, and so I'm just presenting it before you tonight to ask any questions or give us your stamp of approval before I send it to the Health Foundation.
All mind satisfied, has everyone looked at it? Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
So motion and second that, we enter into approve the, corporate endeavor agreement between police jury and Health Hub for the use of the health unit. Questions, comments? There being none, all in favor, notify by the word aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carried. Next item, other business. Do we have any, other business? Public comment? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Make that motion.
Second.
It's been motion and second that we adjourn. All in favor, notify by the word aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carried, adjourn.
I thought the whole time facility
call to order the Police Jury regular scheduled meeting on this Tuesday, February the 11th. I welcome everyone that's here tonight. Good to see each and every one. Mr. Dan Lord will lead us in our invocation and pledge of allegiance.
Dear Father, thank you for letting us come here today. Thank you for guiding us. We ask you to continue watching over us as we make these decisions tonight. We love you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you for that, Mr. Lord. Do I have a motion that we approve the agenda, please?
Second.
Motion is made and second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? There appears to be none, so we move on with that. Are there any public comments on the agenda item from anyone? Okay, need a motion to approve the minutes of the prior meeting on January the 14th.
So moved.
Second.
Motion has been made and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? There is none. So we move into our committee reports, and Mr. Williams, would you give us a report on the public works?
Okay, the first thing we got is consider and take action, necessary amendment for the 2025 capital improvement program for cross drain replacement on Pleasant Grove and Beacon Light. We got some road repair that we need to do there, and we got to go and do some replacement there. And I think the Beacon Light might be a little worse than the other ones, am I right? And so that's one thing. The next thing, authorize advertising bid for asphalt material. What we do, we buy it in bulks and we use it, and I think we're a little low on it, we gotta get some more. And then the authorized administrator negotiated contract for engineer design service related to authorized public work project, and that's in the works. How was that coordinated?
Yeah, we have, the Pea Ridge Road box
Yeah.
culverts, we have the Rab Road bridge replacement, and then the hot mix overlays that we'll do this year.
Okay. And the next one is consider and take action necessary approval of final plat, Oak Tree Road Unit Subdivision. And this design is in our packet, and the HGA, is the one that, did a preliminary on this.
There are some contingencies.
And there are also contingencies on this, and, this is the final plat approval for this road, okay? The next thing is, aid to municipality, city of Grambling on Martinburg Lane. We got some washout there and some damage in the road. They were gonna replace that. And the town of Dubuque, asked us to do some signage, and so we agreed to do the signage for them, and they're gonna pay for the
material.
For the material.
We'll put them up.
And we put them up, they pay for the material. So that's good, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you. That comes in the form of a motion. Or hear a second with that? All minds clear on this? Any questions of the Public Works Committee or report? There are none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? There is none. So, Mr. Melton, if you will give us a report on the public property and buildings, please.
At this time, Mr. Chairman, the Public Property and Buildings Committee would like to recognize Mr. Dante Osborne for the Boys and Girls Club, if you would, sir, address the jury.
First of all, thank you all very much for your time. Just really quickly, just want to get everyone kind of up to speed where we are with Boys and Girls Clubs. Boys and Girls Clubs of North Louisiana is a local club that's here in Ruston. And we are very blessed. We are experiencing a lot of growth in our organization, locally and area-wide as well. When I started 20 plus years ago, we had one club, we were in one parish. Today we have 11 clubs and we're in 7 parishes. We're serving well over 800 kids, and we're continuing to grow. And that growth has gotten us to the point to where, in order, as much as I do when my people aren't here with me, I take credit for all of that work. But the truth of it is, it's not me, it's really them. And we've been adding to our staff, we've been growing, and we've pretty much outgrown the space that we're in right now. And for us to continue to grow and serve more kids in our area, we're needing some additional space. And we're looking for a place where we can actually get all of our staff together and we can continue to grow and serve our kids more efficiently and effectively. So we're looking forward and we're hoping that as we have some conversation going forward that we can work together with the jury and figure out a way that allow us to get our staff and all of our people in a place to where we can actually better serve our kids, both locally as well as in the surrounding area.
Yeah, Dr. I think you looking at for your
Administrative,
kind of level.
yeah, not my kids. Not my kids. We don't know if we got enough space for the kids in one place, but just my administrative staff. Again, for us to be able to do what we do, we have to bring in some quality trained personnel so that they can come in and make sure that we are prepared to serve our kids when they do come to our facilities. And so we're looking for administrative office space that we can serve and plan properly for our kids.
And Ruston Boys is Lure Club, just Ruston. Tell them where it's located.
The club?
Bobby James, Bobby.
Yeah, we got 2 locations in Ruston. We are at the Old Armory. For those of us that's been around for a while, it's the Old Armory over Memorial Drive. That is where we're serving primarily our elementary and middle school students. At Bobby James Gym, we've recently had some conversations thanks to the support of the school board. We've gotten some access to that facility to serve our teams. Our numbers, again, we used to have everybody in one place, but it's too many of them to have them in one place, and we're having to split our kids, and we're having to split our staff. You know, like I said, it's one of the, I don't know if it's a downfall, but one of the things when you grow and you're successful, it takes more, and that's really where we are.
So how many people will be, if we work out an agreement with you, how many people will be in this particular office that you need for your administrative staff?
For my administrative staff right now, it's about 12.
Okay. 12
different people in different departments.
Sure.
We have HR, operations, administrative people, resource development. We have those. They all work out of that facility.
How many kids y'all serving now, both elementary and teenage?
Elementary here in Ruston, we have 132 kids. High school kids, that number kind of fluctuates. It'll be anywhere from 20 to 30 kids at different times. And again, we have them in different places. I don't have to explain to you why we separate high school and elementary. But we're trying to give them all a quality experience based on where they are in their growth at that particular time.
Chair, last question. Parties here. If something could be worked out, and I hope it will, how long do you need the space?
How long would we need the space?
Yes.
How long can we have the space? That would be my question.
Because we have a lot of moving parts going on with the jury. We don't want to commit down the road to you, you're gonna have to move it 6 months over. How long do you need the space?
Well, I would tell you one of the things that we've learned in doing what we do, we're flexible and we have the ability to move and to adjust. So if something were to come up at some point in time, we'll do what we're doing now. We'll find a place, a way for us to continue to operate. Right now, I probably have more people working from home than I do in the office because I don't have space for them. So one of the things that we try to do, not only working with kids, but working with my staff as well, we're gonna do and adjust to however we need to in order for us to continue to function and serve our kids. So you asked me a question that I didn't really answer, but I'm telling you, we'll make the adjustment. So we're not looking for necessarily a hard, long-term commitment. If that comes, I'm sure we'll take it. But if that's not the case, we'll take the space and we'll do the work that we do as long as we can there, and then we'll adjust it after that.
Yes, sir.
gonna be able to survive, so we be able to have it ready for you?
Oh, we're gonna survive. Yeah, we're gonna, and whether, right now, I think some of them, look at, some of them frowning at me, they frowning at me over there. But some of these offices that we're in now, we got 4 or 5 people in there, and it's uncomfortable, but we're doing it, and we're committed to what we do to make it work.
Sure. I know you're working with the city on that lot out there by the ballpark. Is that on hold right now? I know the pricing will kind of come back, or is that gonna be for offices? Is that gonna be for kids facilities? Like, what is that gonna be?
That originally was gonna be set for kids. That was gonna provide us with a space where we could increase the number of kids that we serve. Because here in Ruston, we've had a waiting list for the last 8 years. We've got people that have to be on that list for 2 years before they're able to get their kids in, simply because we didn't have enough space. So that was the intention for that. That project right now is kind of on hold.
Yeah.
But it is our ultimate desire to be able to have a place for our kids where we can increase those numbers, just like we're looking for a place for our staff as we increase those numbers.
We got a vast amount of young people burglarious around here. They went from, they had a group in Grambling, was at the Ruston Junior High School, and all this on tape. And you know, anytime you get young people involved in stuff, the better off you are. You got athletics, Boys and Girls Club, these things right here. I just don't want us to sit around and have a bunch of empty spaces and nobody in there, and the crime increases.
And the one thing I can say about kids, I'm a big advocate for kids. I don't think there's anything wrong with our kids. I don't care what the news says or anything else. These kids today are just like we were when we were kids their age. The biggest difference is the adults. That's the biggest difference. There were some things that adults would not allow us to do and get access to when we were their age. Unfortunately, we're not doing it. We all adults, so it's we. We're not doing those things that used to happen. And if you don't give kids something constructive to do, they're gonna find something to do. And unfortunately, as Coach just alluded to, it's not gonna be good. And that's what we're in the business of, and that's what we're looking to be able to continue to do more of.
Great.
Thank you for what you do.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr.
all.
Osborne, for
I appreciate
addressing the jury. Mr. President, I would like to present this report as a motion. The Lincoln Parish Police Jury Public Property and Buildings Committee convened on Tuesday, February 11th of 2025 at 5:30. Called to order, Chairman Milton Melton, invocation by Mr. T.J. Cranford, approval of the agenda, public comments, there were none. We entered into new business. And the first item was consider and take action necessary for request from the Boys and Girls Club in North Louisiana for the use of space at Police Jury Complex 1. This item was tabled for further, after discussion, this item was tabled for further research. Item number 2 was discuss and take action, lease at Police Jury Complex, building number 2. No action was taken on this item. Item number 3 was review and approve of corporate endeavor agreement between Police Jury and Health Hub for the use of the new health hut. This item was approved. Other business, there were none. Public comment, there was none. There was a motion made in second to adjourn the meeting. Mr. President, this concludes my report.
Thank you, sir. Great report.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, question?
did you get a second?
No.
Not yet.
I had a question real quick, I'm sorry. On the property stuff, do we need to put anything, I know we'd mentioned for administration to look into our long-term property deal, is that
On item
anything?
1,
Just in general of our property, nothing on that we need to say or do?
He said he's already got
There's no action you need to authorize
No.
because you approved the comprehensive plan. That was a piece of that.
I just wanna make sure because I don't want all those buildings sitting empty for too long, we could be using them for something, so I wanna just
Right.
get that on the go.
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
you set priorities, solid waste, transportation, so this will be the next one.
Okay, thank you.
If you don't, you will go on the log cabin, everybody go down log cabin.
It's full, ain't got much room there either.
All right, we got a motion on the floor, and with a second.
I would like to offer an amendment to Mr. Nelson's motion.
all right.
My amendment is that we allow us all to meet with the Boys and Girls Club and come back with something in plan at the next meeting if we can. That's my.
Something in writing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's, we had authorized them to explore,
Yeah.
getting with him and brings back some more facts before we make a affirmative decision.
That's my.
With that,
That was in his original.
I think that was in there.
that's why,
Was it in there?
Yes,
Ms. Henderson, I made the comment to table the item, after discussion, to table the item for further research.
But if you table, you can't.
We have to bring it back to the jury, but that's after he does his research. Am I correct?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine. So we have a motion, we have a second. We've discussed it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Thank you for that report. Okay, let's move into, new business. Item number 4, Public Safety and Emergency Services Special Committee. So, I was going to address, this. What we are doing, with this, committee is basically, be looking at rescue service, ambulance service, and there'd be some other things probably involved in it, but they're basically charged with beginning a research study, ever how you want to work, on having a plan in place for actually 2027. That's when we're going to have something in place to bring before the entire jury for our rescue and ambulance service. It's going to be a lot of moving parts. There's going to be a lot of discussion. It's going to be a very active committee to see where we can help maybe a rural fire district, how much we want to get them involved, how can we get them involved, how are we going to pay for it, how are we going to pay ambulance service when this thing is renewed. It's just going to be an awful lot that they will have to do, and that's basically what this committee is going to be formed for. So that's kind of the overall gist of what this committee will be responsible for. Anyone got any questions? Yes, sir.
President, Chairman, do you have a number that you want on the committee?
Yes, I do. What I'd like to do is make this a police jury committee. The reason for that being, it's got to go through us anyway. Now, with that being said, this committee will absolutely have to engage with the community, with the leaders of the community. And so what in discussion with the administration and what we've come up with is 6 people from the jury that we would like to serve on this committee. Ms. Anna Estrada, Mr. Lord, Mr. Cranford, Mr. Logan Hunt, Moose Garriga, and Mr. Milton Melton are the people that we feel that could serve not only the jury, but the community as well. Because they're gonna have to, be talking with our leaders in the, with the rural fire district, with Ruston Fire Chief, the mayor, our smaller municipalities that we have on, all of those. They'll have to be engaged and hear from them. But I like the smaller committee. I think we get more done with a smaller committee with their engagement, and then they report back to us. But just like any other committee that we have, they will, if they have a meeting, any police jury member that wants to, obviously they can come and be there for their meetings. But they will be the one that'll be running the thing. I've asked Mr. Garriga to chair this committee. He's shown passion about this, and I think it'd be an absolute great fit for this. And I'm excited about who's on it, what they can do. A lot of expertise in this committee. That's why they're on there. They've had a lot of experience with dealing with the things that they're going to have to deal with. They can talk the language when they meet with the Chris Womack or the Kevin Reynolds or the mayors or whatever they may have in our other smaller municipalities. And so we'll absolutely get input from them. So they'll feel part of this overall thing that we're trying to accomplish. But when the time comes down the road, and it is not too early to start dealing with this thing, because a lot of this takes a lot of time. Maybe some money's out there that we can get for certain things. So it's just gonna be a lot that they're gonna have to do. And when the time comes, we're really hoping and praying that it's going to be a smooth transition from whoever we vote to have our Lincoln Parish rescue and ambulance service. Because, like I said, we're the one that'll have to vote on it and accept it, but I'm hoping when that time comes, and I've got all the confidence in the world, when that time comes, that the homework will have been done, the best possible solution and the avenue we need to go down is whatever it may be. And so that's what we're planning on doing with that.
What's your long-range plan with this committee?
Basically, would be who we're gonna use for rescue and service and ambulance service.
Okay, so it's gonna be mainly the ambulance service and the fire service
Ambulance and rescue.
and rescue. That's what it's gonna be.
Yes, sir.
Courtney, if I'm out of line, you tell me. I would like to make a motion. Is it appropriate at this time?
Normally, historically, the president, assigns committee members, but since this is a new committee, that's being formed, I think it would, send a good message, for the jury to vote on it.
Mr. President, I would like to make a motion that the Public Safety Emergency Service Special Committee consists of those persons that you called out, and that it be a standing committee added to our committee list that you already formed. That's my motion.
Thank you, sir. Motion's on the floor, or your second?
Second.
All right, motion made and second. Has anyone else got a question about it before we vote?
I'd like to say one comment, if I can. To Big Coach's comment, what's the long-term plan?
Yes.
I think part of the long-term plan is, our fire district needs help. We're building houses outside the city, left and right. We just passed a plot for more houses. In the past meeting, we've had more houses. The fire district has about a $1.1 million budget. A lot of their vehicles are older than all the vehicles we all drive in this room. Fires are what the fire district was formed over. But if you look at EMS responses from our own parish, that our own city puts out, look at national average, EMS is becoming more of what fire departments do now. And from our last meeting that me and Mr. Milton and Courtney attended, fire district, there are some, EMS concerns for the parish that I think the fire chiefs are open to, talking to. So, just being, I think in the past, there hasn't been a good relationship between the city EMS and parish EMS. And I think that's mending now and moving forward. And a couple of us do have some background in that deal that I think can help move not only this committee forward, but our community forward, and help make sure the city and the parish are, needing what they need to make sure that they have, when we dial 911, we're getting the best absolute service, vehicles, training, personnel, to some of the worst calls that we all will be on when we dial those three numbers. So I appreciate the, having this task force, because I was very passionate about it before. I was very passionate about it when I was on a truck doing things along with some of the other guys that have done this before. And I think it's one of the, holes in our community we need to make sure that doesn't fall through the gap, and that we keep moving forward with.
So the municipalities and all the rural fire districts is gonna be pulled together.
Well, no, we can't do anything inside the city of Shudrint, the city of Grambling, or the city of Simsboro, because of their own municipality.
Simsboro does not have their own municipal fire department.
Okay, so they still fall under the district.
Duloc does not either. So the only fire departments in the parish at this point are the Ruston Fire Department. Grambling still has a fire department. Shudrint has a fire department, and then the Lincoln Parish Fire District. But upon the creation of the fire district in Dubach and Simsboro both opted to join Lincoln Parish Fire District and essentially folded their personnel into the fire district.
I mean, this is a long-term plan. I mean, like, their budget's 1.1 million. City of Ruston's is like 4.6 or 4.8. So I mean,
they're two different departments, right? That's almost a full volunteer department. It's a combination department. They've got five line employees and mostly volunteers. But I think, you know, I kind of echo what Moose would say in that, I think the fire district is going to welcome some just some additional energy and support from this body, and I think this body
They're gonna have to have it.
owes that to the public as we continue to. If we're going to grow, we've got to look ahead and get ahead of some of this growth. I mean, because it's a quality of life issue too. When it's our worst day, we want the best people showing up when we have to call 911. And you don't get many second chances with that kind of stuff. And so I'm excited about the potential.
Mr. Miller, do you have a comment about that?
Yes, Mr. Chairman and Chairman of the committee. I think we need to make it clear to everyone and understand, this is just not about ambulance and rescue. It says Public Safety and Emergency Services Special Committee. That's gonna cover more than just fire and rescue. That's just a note to the group.
It'll be some, it'll definitely be some other things for that, but, you know, that's just the biggest, that's the main thing, you know, but, it's just a necessity.
Right.
That's all we say about it. It's something we got to move forward on, and now's the time to do it.
And I would just say to thank you for getting ahead of it now, and that we're not sitting here coming up on a contract renewal, all looking at each other, trying to figure out what we're gonna do in 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, we're talking about a bunch of money.
We need to start yesterday.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
and I would say too, if the police, I mean, the fire district meets the third Tuesday of the month at 6, I believe it is, Mr. Milton. So if anybody, I mean, it's open, meetings like this, it's a very small quarters, because inside of Kevin's office.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you have any, I mean, they meet every month just like we do. It's a public forum and a public deal just like this. So, I mean, you're more than welcome to go and ask questions and, you know, go from there.
Because they do ask for public comment and feedback.
Yeah. So I know we got the motion. Did we get a second?
You did.
Okay, we got a second, and then we had a little bit more discussion, so we'll just, offer this up in a vote. That's all in favor of proceeding on with this new, Public Safety Emergency Service Special Committee, say aye. Aye. Anyone to oppose? There is none, it passes unanimously. Thank you. Item number 5, authorize cooperative endeavor agreement between Police Jury and Lincoln Parish Sheriff for Community Service Litter Abatement. Mr. Hall?
Okay, we started a conversation last month, about, some probation, community service people. Most of them, well, all of them going to Ruston's program. And so I did some checking after that, and it turns out that is correct. I do wanna, make a clarification though. These are probationers who are doing community service that we're talking about. We're not talking about inmates here, okay? So these are people that go to court. They don't get jail time, but they get 30 hours of community service. So there's been nowhere for them to go other than Ruston's program. COVID had a little bit to do with that. I mean, the previous program kind of fell by the wayside. So I've been talking with the sheriff's office, and we've kind of come to some terms to get that going again. What they would do is offer a van and a deputy on Saturdays from 8:30 to 12:30 to go out in the parish and pick up litter. There is going to be a cost, to have a post-certified deputy, with these people. It's $50 an hour, as you can see in the contract. Annual cost would be about $8,000, out of our pocket, but I think it's well worth it to get this additional labor to attack a problem that's just, out of hand.
How does it determine where they go?
We can sometimes, make requests, yeah, but you gotta consider,
That's a
they
big
don't know how many they're gonna get, from Saturday to Saturday. They may have a van full one Saturday,
Yeah.
and the next one only have 1 or 2, so, we could have input on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to say, I like the way the sheriff's department have theirs. They have a a board, and they have all the streets on the board, and they know exactly where they gonna go every week, so.
Right. Sometimes we kind of overlap, but we try to, communicate with them to make sure we're not, stepping on each other's toes. They do, Gary, correct me if I'm wrong, but they pick up probably more state roads too.
Correct.
Than we do. We try to focus on the parish roads. Unless, I think there was a copy of the agreement in your packet. It's pretty standard, as far as agreements go.
I had a question like Courtney, is there a way that when they're sentenced by the judges, we could recoup some of that money we're paying out to the sheriff's office?
We
from
can,
fines
I
from
can
the
look into
judges?
that. I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we got half of it back or a quarter of it back or something.
That'd be good.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I'm sure they could fine them, be a fine plus.
I'm not saying that there's two people, they gotta pay for the, the whole, 4 hours, but if we can get quarter of it, to get something back for them, having to do it.
They get some fine plus community service. I sit there and I watch it. They get some fine plus community service.
Can you still buy your way out of community service?
Yeah, you can do that too.
100 trash bags. No matter how fast you pick them up.
That's your currency.
That's right.
Litter.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
That's been a little generous.
Well, we're gonna do like we did last week, we just clean the thing up.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that.
So, so we need to take action.
Yeah, you need to authorize the agreement.
Yeah, let's authorize this, so you've heard the explanation of it, so we need a motion to.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? There are none. Announcement of upcoming board and commission vacancies, item number 6 on your agenda, Waterworks District Number 1, term expiration of Mr. Philip Todd Hurd.
Just an announcement, no action required.
Okay?
Hey, I got a question over on that. Do all waterworks, I mean, of course, that municipality owned, like we don't do for City of Russell, but do all just our rural waterworks have to come through us for their board?
Not all of them.
Not all of them?
The ones that
What's
were,
the difference?
the ones that were created by ordinance by the police jury.
Okay, okay.
So you've got, and it's quite a bit of testament here. You got Waterworks 1, 2, 3, Tremont, Mount Olive. There's probably about 7 or 8 total.
Okay.
But all the others are, either independent or they're quasi-public. But,
I knew we had a bunch
We
more
don't- we don't-
waterworks than what we ever appoint for, and I was just wondering why we did something, not the other.
and that's because we set them up.
Yeah.
Well, you've got some that they're public because they're set up by like a public, they have to go through the Public Service Commission. But the people they appoint there are taxpayers of the district.
Are they all, they're all nonprofits in
Yeah,
Parish, right? There's no private,
Well, I'm not aware of any, well,
for-profit water system here, right?
I'm not aware of anybody totally private system. That's why I said.
Okay, item number 7, Fire Training Center Commission term expiration, Mr. Kip Frank. Just an announcement. Okay?
Courtney, I got a question just on the fire trains there. Who's in charge of the building out there? Is it police jury or is it fire district?
Fire district. We just let them put that on our property.
Yeah.
Basically, an agreement.
So we got a replacement for Kip on this. It's just
We
an
need one.
announcement.
We need one. Now, it depends on whether or not he wants to be reappointed.
I ain't going nowhere.
We'll take that up next
I
month.
vote to reappoint Skip.
Yeah, that's right. We'll handle that next time. Okay, budget report from Mr. Michael Sutton.
Thank you, Mr. President. Jurors, you have in front of you the first budget to actual report for the year of 2025. This is through the month of January, so there should be no surprise. Everything is on track. There's nothing out of whack to this point, so there's really nothing to really drill down on. There's obviously even lines that haven't been spent in yet. So I did send this to you earlier today. If there are any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, that's all my report.
I'm talking
Good job, Mike.
Good job, Mike.
We got plenty of money in the kitty.
That's it.
Okay, any other business?
Yeah, I'd like to say a few things. One thing I'd like to do is recognize Mr. James Ramseur tonight. He won the CVB's Hospitality Award. Awarded, on behalf of the police jury in the park. Lincoln Life Magazine, I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with that. It's a publication of the Leader.
Yeah.
Had a couple of really good articles, and I'll leave this out. You can probably get copies if you want. One was on the Exhibition Center, which is really good. And then the other one was on our Mesonet project, which we haven't really reported back on that, but that's at our old work pit. You know, that weather station, and it's operational. And Kevin can probably fix you up with a website or something that
Yeah, I mean, if y'all wanna just let me
if you
know.
ever wanted to go see. They actually have a webcam up there too, but it gives you current, you know, weather.
It's very technical, so. You're welcome to it.
Any other
We've had,
reports?
we've had a lot of problem with logging companies in the last few weeks getting mud on road. In fact, we've had to shut 2 or 3 of them down completely. So if you have any, loggers that you know in your district, when we get weather like this, they just do not need to be hauling. A couple of the situations were really bad. We're just amazing that nobody wiped out that already. You have some little, I don't know what you call it, bling or something. Anyway, we go to these events. There's a word. Swag. Swag. That's what I'm thinking about.
Oh my God.
Like the Senior Expo and some other things. Well, we want to promote Lincoln Parish, so we've pretty much gone through all our old stuff. So this is some of the new stuff we just wanted y'all to get a look at. There's also some transportation survey cards in there that you can hand out to people that you know, your constituents. The survey is going phenomenally well. Within the first week, we had over 1,000 responses. And compared, we're in a pilot program, so there were other agencies that have gone through the program. They didn't come anywhere near the numbers we've already got. So, real proud of that. Let's keep that going.
How long is that open for?
Through the end of the month, February 28th. The other event that's coming up, February 28th, we are going to start our composition study on our recycle waste. It's going to run, that's a Friday, and then it'll run the next Monday through Thursday. Basically what that is, we have 8 locations around the parish that will be manned. If somebody comes up there to throw out their garbage, they'll be asked, short series of questions. That waste will go in a particular dumpster, which will then be taken back to the landfill, where another crew will do an analysis. They're going to look for 50 different types of recyclables. And this will go over on a period of a week, and then they're going to come back and give us metrics and data, telling us, what types of things people are throwing away that can be recycled, et cetera, et cetera. So it provides a good basis going forward when you're asking for grants. It's always a key question is, recycling, it has to be a part of it. So once we get this done and get that data back, then we'll, proceed to work on the rest of our plan. So love the booth along those lines, and the big event at Tech. We're going to try to coordinate those things again this year. It's going to be April the 5th. So we'll start talking about that, doing some planning. Got some really good news today. Jerry Webb told me that our workers' comp rates are way down this year, which is a credit to our employees and their departments. Being safer, we're going to save about $30 grand in premiums.
Right. That don't mean you don't get hurt.
Right. So,
something's wrong.
and we've been,
Don't jinx it.
Jerry Webb kind of is over the insurance and the workers' comp, and she does a great job of, making sure that, we have the training in place, and things along those lines. We even started this year, Jerry, I don't know if you want to say it or not, but you see these signs when you go on to, facilities that say, so many days without an accident free. So we started kind of doing that. Just a lot of awareness about safety. So, kudos to everybody doing a great job on that. I'll let Alex talk about, why don't you go next, give some of your data real quick.
Well, it's for us, well, because a lot of y'all know I do code enforcement as well, so like Courtney said with logging sites. Last week, we got a little booked up with that, a lot less animal control, cause I was helping Tom and Brad for almost all day for one of y'all's projects, just being a light on the road, trying to keep people from wrecking. And then after that, we've gotten a really good response with the spay and neuter program that we started up. We've had to work out a few little quirks here and there with the veterinarians, but they're working with us, we're working with them. That's all going smoothly, and then we're also putting up cameras around the dump sites so that I can actually catch some of the people just throwing out illegal dumping stuff. And we've actually caught 4 people, and now we're just trying to see what all we can charge them with, because one of them threw out hot water heaters and PVC pipe, and it wasn't dammable by no means. After that, someone threw out a set of car tires and just things like that, but we're starting that process. We're working with the sheriff's department just to get them charged and get them through the court process, and hopefully the tickets will actually stick, because I've talked with the prosecutor's office as well, and they're not gonna dismiss any of our tickets anymore. Every one of them's supposed to go to court, and then it's up to the judges from there. I can't control them, but I can't even control the prosecutors, but I can talk. So that's the best I can do for us, and then Thursday and Friday I leave, actually Thursday morning, going to New Orleans for a new training for me. And it's the one that no one wants to do, but it's for the euthanasia training. So that one's a very necessary training, but it's a training that no one wants to have to get, but unfortunately I will.
So how many vouchers have we given out, Kevin?
23.
23 vouchers.
And that's without any,
Steady.
that's without any real, we haven't made any
Well,
announcements.
Well,
Four falls.
Falls.
They had 100 and, on their Facebook, they had
We did 4 in
130
January.
something requests.
we did 4 in January. The other
We will
15,
work on, I think
16,
we are
whatever.
to get some public, more awareness, aren't we, with it? I don't know if we need any more.
Right now, we're gonna be out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some confusion. Fort Falls put a post up, and a lot of people just thought, the police jury was giving away, inside municipalities, and even out of the parish. We had calls from Jackson Parish,
Webster Parish.
We kind of, it's, just working through the.
And I will say, one of the girls that was at the meeting kind of posted and cleared some of that up,
Right.
that was,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
backed them.
They're doing well for us.
Things have settled down, and I think we got everything lined up. It's working really well. So, Brad and Tom, do y'all have anything you need?
Just a lot of ditch repairs,
Okay.
mowed on roads.
Kip? Maurice? Al?
The only thing we had was, I think it was January 15th, we had Wildlife and Fisheries to come out and put some lime in the lake. We had 48 tons of lime put in the lake. All it's doing is just to help the overall environment of the lake. We had them to come out last summer and shock the lake to see if we needed to maybe stock it. They said we had the fish, we just need to improve the overall environment. And we paid for the lime, but they said they had to come back in the spring and fertilize it. And they said we may not have to pay for that. And also, they have us on schedule to receive, I think, 1,200 champ cats.
Oh, wow.
So, for free.
Gary, you got anything?
Courtney, can I make a comment on something on trash real quick? A week or two ago, there was a huge spill out on 33, and Kevin and Logan, was stopped and addressed it and talked. I talked to John Freeman. I think we have 58 trucks we have going to the landfill every day between
Yeah.
city and parish. If there's a way we could somehow, and I think they're very open to it, and I talked to John about teaming up just to watch the trash, because it gets accumulated. The sheriff's department picked up between Burgessville and the landfill 660 pounds of trash on 33 between Burgessville and the dump turnoff. If there's a way that we could, maybe tell our drivers, if we start seeing a lot of trash, we can get some people over there, because basically we're picking up trash twice, and we're paying for, that, or the sheriff is helping us do that sometimes, things like that. But we gotta do a better job, I think, on watching our own equipment, city too, and John, you know, he already said that he would re-talk to his drivers, make sure the cages are closed properly, you know, make sure if they see a bunch of trash on the road, they report it in. But, you know, I think with the relationship we have with the city right now, you know, there's a way we could try to help watch that thoroughfare, because a lot of it is coming off of trucks, and then that doesn't include the private dumpsters and dump trucks that go down those roads, things like that. But I think we're picking up trash multiple times, and we shouldn't be having to do that. If there's a way we could try to work with the city on just watching that, and you could maybe reach out to them. Like I said, I've already kind of talked to them already about it a little bit, and I mean, John's like, yeah, we need to do a better job of that.
And also to add with that, those are two biggest tourism draws right there, the park and the expo. People that come to our community don't know that the dump's down there, and they just think, it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if there's a way, we can reiterate to our employees, like, hey, if it starts getting trashy, we need to report it up the chain, and we get, you know, our crews out there as fast as possible, or even the city. I think they'd even be willing to help do, you know, a lot of it too, because, it got bad, and you can see when some things, you know, get stuck on some trucks and things like that, and it's gonna happen, I understand that, but we gotta do a better job of following up and keeping it off those roads.
Any other reports?
Not a report, but I just wanna say, to Courtney, did such a great job on television the other day, and so
Thank you.
making us look good. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Too many times. But it was nice. Very nice.
You know, so this for play, we have a new movie star, a month that was on national TV.
Yeah, it was.
I must have missed something.
Dan was.
Yeah. We went to the inauguration, and we got interviewed. We quit counting. I mean, Israeli TV, British TV, French TV, CNN.
Listen to this guy talk.
There was something.
Yeah. Where are you from again? Say it.
I will tell you, on the record, the media don't put everything that you say. They cut the stuff out.
Did you get to
They
watch
chopped it
some?
out.
Yeah.
They chopped it out. Chop out what they want to chop out.
But you look good on there.
I appreciate it.
Any public comments, anyone? Do I hear a motion to adjourn? Motion made and a second, all in favor say aye.